just because they menstruate. Though it's such a serious subject, the film unfolds in a very humorous way, and that's just the dialogues. Our dialogue writer is just here, Shamra Gidi. She's written the dialogues, and Aritro is a funny person and a good director. So I promise, even if you have not seen the film, whenever you find it later on any platform, you are going to love it because it's a joyride. It talks of something very serious, but with the right humor, which we need in such difficult times. And our producer and our presenter is not here. She's also a woman. The film is written by a woman. I'm the priest, and this is the man, my husband in the film, who is not a chauvinist. Oh, that's surprising, a husband who's not a chauvinist, but he isn't in the film, and he supports Shobore in her journey. So I'd really like our writer Jeannie Adi, who has conceived the idea, and such a challenging idea, and with the film making it to Indian Panorama, like I said, it's such an honor because this subject is such, it's not limited to Bengal. We women everywhere face this discrimination. Over to Jeannie Adi.
Hi, hello everyone. Thank you so much, IFFI and Indian Panorama, for selecting our film. It's made by a lot of first-timers, so it's not just Aritro's debut film, it is also my debut film. It is written by a dialogue writer who's writing, it's a second film. And as far as Soham goes, it's a second film in Bengal as well. So a lot of freshers have done this film. So we are very, very thankful that the festival committee, thought that they could include our film in the Indian Panorama. Now, coming to Brahmajanin Gopon Kaumoti, it was conceived, on a certain Saraswati Puja, and it's a very funny incident which I like to share. So menstruation in Bengali households, I wouldn't talk about other communities because I cannot guarantee that it's the same thing which happens in other parts of the country. But definitely in many, many Bengali households, it's a story which gets repeated. So when on a certain puja, my mother, who's in her 70s, she had told me that to own up before the puja if I am menstruating, and so that I do not take part in that puja. And when on the same day, in my in-laws' place, where we have another puja, so I juggle two pujas. My mother-in-law, who's an octogenarian, she told me the same thing, that you cannot take part in puja, in any kind of puja, if you are menstruating. So here was one 70-year-old woman and one 80-year-old woman, both doing everything related to a puja on their own. But I, being on the wrong side of 30s, I was not allowed to touch anything. So I realized that this is something that there's a story that needs to be told. And Aritro being a very dear friend of mine, I had told him about the experience that I faced myself, and immediately it resonated with him, and it connected with a lot of my team members, and we conceived the story together. So that's how Brahmajanin Gopon Kaumoti, the journey had started, on a certain puja when a woman was not allowed to take part in any puja because she was menstruating.
Thanks, Zinia. Now let's take the take of the male lead of the film, Shoham.
Well, very good afternoon to everybody. First of all, I would like to thank IFFI for selecting our film Brahmajanin Gopon Kaumoti for the Indian Panorama selection. I mean, it's truly an honor, as told by my very able other lead member of the cast, Rita Bori, and also Jeannie Adi, who I feel that is sort of the storyteller and also the pioneer of this story. I did not think much when I was told the idea at a very nascent stage. I thought, okay, it's probably just another story. But once we delved into the deeper problems of what is this difference between patriarchy and a patriarchal construct, and what is the difference that we bring as males in the society, without even knowing. It's not like every day we try to overpower women in certain sections of the society, but subtly so we tend to do that. Having said that, once I read the script, once I read the screenplay of the film, I thought that I was not doing my job correctly, perhaps, as a male, because I feel that if we do not take the steps together, I don't think we can create any form of history or any form of anything or any form of a society. That the society needs to be an equal positioning society where the male and the female is not differentiated by their gender or anything of that sort. So once I got this character Bikram Aditya, I felt deeply touched and I deeply connected with it, that okay, this is a guy who supports his wife in all the decisions that they are taking together, and they march on together than doing separately. So that's all that I would like to say about the character. But a very interesting fact is that, you know, my mother, as Zinia Sen rightly mentioned, that in many Bengali households it's a very normal thing that while women are menstruating, they are not allowed inside the temples or any of their household temples as well. But my mother, after this film, changed that practice in some way, and that was sort of an achievement for the film. And another very prominent thing that this film talks about, there's something in the Bengali marriage ceremony we call something called, I don't know whether it's there everywhere or not, it's called Kanyadan. And what is this concept of a Kanyadan? I mean, are you really giving away your daughter to another family? Are you really giving away your rights to call her your family in any which way? So the film also harps on those subjects. And after that, I remember one of our cast members, she's not here right now, she promised us that she's never going to give away her daughter in the form of a Kanyadan, which goes to show as to how deeply the film has impacted us in some way or the other. Because once we had visited all the halls, once this film had released, we could only hear people say, coming up to us and shaking our hands, and not just say that it's a good film and all of that. I feel like there was a movement that was created in some way or form, that people are saying that, I'll just say it in Bengali and translate it later, Ami amar meke konyadan dabo na, which means that I am not going to carry forward this system of Kanyadan at all. And I feel that was the victory of the film, that was the victory of our team. And today it just embarks and strengthens that position as to what this film has achieved through Ifi's statement of we getting selected for the Indian Panorama. So thank you so much. Thank you.
Of course, congratulations to all of you. It indeed is a very important topic for the whole of Indian society. And now we will open the floor for questions. And before that, I would like to mention that we are also taking online questions since it is being live streamed in YouTube, PIB India. So from there also we are going to take questions. And now from the floor, please introduce yourself before asking any question. So any questions? Yes, sir.
My name is Brajbhushan Chaturvedi. Ramanand sir gave me the name BBC. It is my 49 EFE. और मैं आपको हिंदी में कुछ क्वेश्चन पूछ लूँ. तो मैं बंगाल की कम से कम 60-70 फिल्में अभी तक देख चुका हूँ. सारे फेस्टिवल मैंने अटेंड किए. सतीश रे को भी मैंने फेस किया, मृणाल सेन को फेस किया, अपर्णा सेन को फेस किया. उनसे बहुत कुछ सीखा. मैं राइटर से एक क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहता हूँ कि बंगाल के लोग इतनी अच्छी फिल्में बना करके ये सब्जेक्ट कहाँ से ढूंढ के लाते हैं, कहाँ से खोजते हैं सब्जेक्ट, और फिर इतनी अच्छी फिल्म बना कर कॉमन सिनेमा को कहाँ से ले जाते हैं. मैं समझता हूँ बंगाल सिनेमा देश का सबसे हिंदी सिनेमा से भी रिच सिनेमा है. तो सब्जेक्ट चूज करने में आप क्या चाहते हैं, मैं उसके बारे में जानना.
That's a real tribute to Bengali cinema.
Thank you so much.
So, director,
Auditory,
please give him the mic.
Writer.
Oh, writer. Let's.
So
you're the
you
writer
deserve
first.
a big round of applause. So please, this is his 40 something iffy, and that's a big thing. So, sir, I think we Bengalis we think a lot, and we sometimes overthink also. So we are constantly thinking. So, but we tell stories from the heart. So this story is absolutely about a Bengali family, which every other family in India will be able to connect in some way or the other. So I think the most important thing is that when you're telling a story, you tell it from the heart, and you tell something which is very real and which is happening around you. And that is how you can only connect with people. When you know that the other person sitting in the same room can also, feel the same thing that you do.
Nice. Okay, next question. So with all of your permission, I would like to ask a question to the film's actor. So it's a women-centric film. The woman is the lead cast. So how does it, it's not about the male. In Indian films, we generally see that males are the main characters. So how does it feel? I want an honest answer to play, if I can say, second fiddle to the woman character.
Well, in films, I've never really believed in being second or anything of that sort. You're telling a story, and it depends on how honestly you tell it. And honestly, to be absolutely honest, since you wanted an honest answer, my team of Brahmajan and Gopon Kammoti is much more than family to me. There was never a day where Rita Buri made me feel any lesser, or anybody in the team made me feel any lesser. So there was no reason to feel lesser part of the story. I was telling a story, and I hope I can tell stories even further. It doesn't matter whether I'm the supporting cast in any, because I've done films where it has been about the male dominance and male prominence and all of that, but this was totally a different feeling, and it's high time that women share the load that men have been carrying, wrongly so, for the longest time.
Next question. Okay, I would like to ask, okay, we have a question over there. Yes, sir, please.
Hi, I'm Justin from PTI. My question is for Rita Buri. Just to sort of take the theme of the film ahead, is there a particular kind of discrimination that a female film star faces in the industry that you have experienced from your sort of in your experience, and how did you navigate it?
Tons. Like if we start talking about it, we are gonna be here all day. So I'm just gonna point out a few things which we popularly, all of us talk about. And in my experience, like you said, how did I navigate? I would still say I'm still navigating. Like our producers, the director duo, Shibuda and Nandita Di, they make content-based films. Like Jinia Di said to sir, that we really look for themes which are close to life. Larger than life films are entertaining, but somehow we kind of look at the aspiration, not at the reality. Shibuda and Nandita Di's objective has always been to look at the reality closely. Now, the thing is, because we're talking about discrimination that I've faced as an actor here, though there are so many content that revolves around women and should be said in a feminine voice and not a male voice, women does not always need to be rescued. We have our own journey and stories to tell. We are living, breathing beings. But it's not said rightly because we might not get the satellite rights. We might not get the right cell for the channel and pitch. And there is where producers like them come in and kind of change that dimension. If I talk about nationally, I think it's phenomenal that Anushka Sharma started her own production company, and I got to work with her, and I would really, really want more producers. And I'm not saying male or female, doesn't matter. Could be Shibuda, could be Anushka Sharma. But people who really believe that it's content that sells, not your hero or heroine. Highway is an amazing film. So is our film Brahmajan and Gopon Kammoti, which I'm so proud of. And I can go on. The number of films which are like, I'm sure all of you have seen Razi and must have loved it. So it's content that you have to reach out to. So that's the biggest discrimination we face, that male content is sought after and female content is not. And I can go on crying about the money discrimination and other part, but I would rather say let's go to the next question, because I'm really going to cry about it, seriously.
Thank you.
I visited once a Bahu Bazaar in Calcutta. The women are very, very crushed there. I think so. So why not make a Bengali cinema, make the films on these women on the Bahubazar?
Sir, there's tons of topic that we can actually explore, and like I said, I would just repeat my sentence to you that we need. There's one producer who makes 3 films a year, and if he makes 6, he'll lose all his organs, like we were talking last night. So we'll need more producers who highlight on all the topics and take that risk. Like even for our film, I think it is an imposed idea that if you're talking about something serious, like in our film, we talk about women's right, impurity, women looked as impure for menstruating, but the tone of the film is fun, family, it's something we can relate to. So the idea that if you are intellectually trying to connect to your audience, you have to be slow or boring or serious is something I think we can drop. It can be said in any tone. It can be said seriously, or it can be said like you have met Ray, which I'm so honored to know that I am sitting in front of somebody who has met Ray, or in a form of Hirok Rajadesha. We are literally saying about crushing the government in a satirical way. So there are many forms of saying that. So I would really, really appreciate if more producers actually make films on subjects like you said, where women are crushed, but sets the right tone so that it reaches a bigger audience and not just the thinking class like us who are already thinking what to do better. Let's just reach out to the class who are actually not thinking of us as equals and rather kind of categorize women as second-class citizen in our country. I hope that answers your question.
Sorry, just to add to his answer, his question is that we should stop I don't know whether we should box it as a women-centric film or something like that. It's just another film where the female is a protagonist. And where we have male protagonists in another story, over here a female is a protagonist. So there is nothing called a woman-centric film. Nobody becomes the center of a film. The story is the center of a film, which is the most important part. When you watch a Devil Wears Prada, you don't call it a woman-centric film. You just say it's a good film. I saw this Russian film called Beanpole. I never thought that it's a woman-centric film. It was talking about women atrocities after the World War II, but I don't think we ever called it a woman-centric film at all. So I think we should stop boxing it in a way that it's a woman-centric film or a male-centric film. We should start coining it a little differently, and then I think change begins from there. Thank you.
And I think the change has begun because even if some people said that it's a woman-centric film, it's been directed by a male and produced by another male. So that's where the change comes in. So the change is already taking place.
Yes, absolutely. Now, if I may ask, like such a serious topic, if it is presented in in the form of a comedy, so I would like to know from the writer as well as the director. So means, does it have a bigger impact? Someone please give him the mic. Please give him the mic.
Can we have a mic?
Yes, it takes bigger impact, and it's easy to say and reach out to the bigger audience if we show it in a comedy or a
If there are
satire,
lively
it's a
moments in a film, you know, it is easier to reach out to a wider audience, is what we feel. So that's why, you know, we had very, you know, some of the dialogues, you know, can make people really laugh a lot. And for that, you know, we give a lot of credit to Shamragi, who's written the dialogues for us. And we've seen, you know, houseful shows all across Bengal, and we've seen people clapping and laughing and laughing. And at the end of it all, people saying that they do not want Konnadan anymore. So therein lies the victory of this film.
Yeah, I'd just like to add to that. If you're trying to, like I just said that earlier, if you're trying to connect to a wider audience and trying to change the perspective, you have to talk in their language. You don't go to a street shop chai wala and say, give me 2 cups of tea, please. You don't. You speak in their language. You say, bhaiya 2 cup chai dena. So if you are trying to reach that audience, you have to speak through their language. You have to speak through music and all the language and all the way our Indians have understood entertainment. Like if you look at our mythology, if you look at our scriptures, our everything, it's dramatic, it's entertainment, there's humor, there's music, there's love stories, all sort of it. Pick any, Mahabharata, Ramayana, whichever you like, or any other. So basically, even our Panchatantra stories have like a funny plot twist. So which is why I think you have to really decide who you are reaching to. And there's nothing wrong with trying to reach a niche audience too. But with this film, because the subject is something where we believe and we want to kind of focus on the part where we're talking about equality, men and women in the same space when it comes to communicating with God, we thought that this is bigger than this room, bigger than the state, and I'm so glad that it reached to IFE, which is like that message going to the entire nation, and hopefully it reaches every single room so that it actually serves the purpose that it's supposed to.
I just wanted to add to it because we are discussing the. Okay, so. Yeah. So since we are discussing that to tell a story in a very funny way, as Zinyadi mentioned, Rita Bhori Soham, and everybody mentioned in Auritroda. So I would just like to add it that apart from writing films and writing poetry, I'm also associated with academics. I'm a gender studies scholar. So I would like to point it out also that, you know, films speaks a lot more than the very rigid academic seminars. I mean, that is where I think we have to rethink that we are talking to a larger audience. And I will also like to mention, as Sir is present there and he is constantly talking about his experience, that while we were visiting the halls, we have seen people of 60 years, 70 years, couples were there and they were watching the movies together. Again, I'm not sure about the other communities, but in Bengali communities still now, an older male member really feel very uncomfortable when the advertisement of sanitary napkin comes in the television, right? So, but we have seen older couples sitting together and watching the films, laughing. So I think there lies the victory of the film also, because the story has been told in such a humorous way as Zinyadi has written it, as Auritroda has portrayed it, and all the lead cast and everybody has acted in it, that it has reached to a wider audience in a very comical, humorous way. But what is important is that at the end of the film, they are laughing, they are holding hands together, and probably they are thinking that, oh, so for so many years we were not thinking right. For so many years, the discomfort that we felt, nobody came and knocked and said that, okay, you can be comfortable. It's just like, you know, it's very normal. Women menstruate, and we can laugh about it, we can talk about it, we can do anything. There's nothing to be very serious about it. Because if you take life less seriously, you start taking it, you start looking at it, I think, in a more rational way. I think so. Thank you.
Okay, so next question. I think there are no more questions, so we can end it over here. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.